Hey everybody, so yes, I look like a scarecrow. I just finished filming this look. It will already be up and I'll link it up here if you're interested. But for today, I just want to go through my favorite Halloween slash like spooky season movies. These ones are my must-watch for the season. Obviously I have more that I love, but these ones are the ones that like I really try to watch every year. I feel like that's the only introduction needed. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. So I'm just gonna dive right in. So number one, Hocus Pocus, obviously. Yes, I am very excited for Hocus Pocus 2. That is supposed to be coming next year. I love Hocus Pocus so much, I even bought the new Hocus Pocus ColourPop palette, even though it is really nothing special. I bought it because it's Hocus Pocus, dude. This has been like my favorite movie, or my favorite like Halloween time movie forever. It's amazing. So Hocus Pocus, number one, must see every year. Won't go a year without watching this one. Kind of in the same vein as Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. These movies just remind me of my childhood. They're very nostalgic. They're very much like the Halloween vibes that I love. You'll probably come to realize I don't love horror. I don't love anything that's like really gruesome. I don't really love gore, especially when it's unnecessary. I like movies that just make me feel good or just a little spooked. So Halloween Town 2, these are just feel-good movies that I love, that I watch every year around this time. Next is gonna be The Craft, just a nice classic witch movie. I wanted to be part of this witch group so badly, I still do. This is just a wonderful classic movie, and I don't know what else to say about it. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this movie. It's amazing. Next is Sweeney Todd. This movie like shaped me as a person. I saw this when it came out in theaters. I downloaded the soundtrack. I would listen to the soundtrack on my iPod, on the school bus, on the way to school, and like I loved this when it came out, still do. It's one of those movies that I just watch every year around this time. I always cry at the end. I don't know why. I just like, you know, if you haven't seen it already, spoiler alert, he gets reunited with his wife and he accidentally kills her in the end, and every time that happens, I just cry, dude. I don't know. This movie gets to me. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. And I also think this is one of the only musicals, if not the only musical, that I actually like. I'm just not like a musical person, but this movie, it just works. Everything about this movie, it works. I love this. So these kind of go together. I've got It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2. I like these movies. They're very, very long, so you definitely have to dedicate a lot of time to watching these two, but I've seen the first It probably like 3 or 4 times now. I've seen the second one, I think only once. I need to rewatch this one for sure. This is the type of horror that I like. There's definitely gore, it's definitely spooky and scary, but it's not like unnecessary. It's not like horror porn or gore porn, which is like, to me, very unnecessary. To me, it's a waste of time. It doesn't do anything for me. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. These movies have a story. They have character development. It's entertaining, it's scary, it's a wild ride. I don't know. I love these movies and I will be watching them this year. The next is another classic, The Shining. Again, this is the type of horror that I like. I don't know if this would be considered horror. Definitely unsettling, definitely a roller coaster inside your mind. I do know that Stephen King did not actually like how this movie like told the story. I recently found that out. I think this is a fun movie. It's a classic. There are so many beautiful scenes in this movie that have inspired so many more works of art, and that's what I love about it. Yeah, just a good classic that I like. Next, we've got the Harry Potter series. This one also has Fantastic Beasts. I'm not a fan of the Fantastic Beasts saga. I feel like the movies are way too long, way too packed full of like shit that doesn't matter to the story. That's a different conversation though. The Harry Potter series, I feel like specifically Harry Potter is, I rewatch it every year, always, and I start it around this time because there's definitely like, you know, Halloween at Hogwarts, beautiful imagery there, but it's not one that I try to like bust through during October. It's something that I watch like from around this time of year through like the holidays, because I just feel like it's a cozy series. There's a lot of Halloween and Christmas vibes. This is just a must-watch every year, but specifically started around this time. And then I have some honorable mentions that I kind of try to get to, but it's not like that important to me. First is Beetlejuice. I enjoy Beetlejuice, but it reaches a point in the movie around like halfway to like 2/3 of the way through. I'm kind of just like over it. I know, that's blasphemy. I know. Sometimes I'm in the mood for it, but usually, I don't know. It kind of drags on, but it's definitely that spooky vibe that I love. I would love to just like cuddle in a blanket, put on Beetlejuice, and just enjoy the vibes and enjoy the experience. And that's kind of, you know, what I like about Beetlejuice, but I'm not just always in the mood for it. Coraline. This is one that I enjoy from start to finish all the time. It's not one that like when I'm choosing a movie, I'm like Coraline is one of my top choices. If I've already kind of gone through a lot of my favorites, or if I'm in the right mood to watch something animated, Coraline is like one of the best. I should have put this before Beetlejuice. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I really enjoy Coraline. I think it's an amazing story. I think the visuals are stunning, and I love everything about Coraline. Honestly, this should be one of my must-watch movies. It is such a great movie. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting it in the stack of must-watch. Next is another animated movie. I'm just like not big on the animated movies, but usually when I put them on, I end up enjoying them. It's just not my like first choice. But The Corpse Bride, I've seen this a couple times. This is another one that it's like, well, if I'm in the right mood for it, or if I've already watched everything else, I'll put on Corpse Bride. It's enjoyable, it's cute. Tim Burton, can't go wrong. So that's it for what I actually like own on DVD, but I have a few more honorable mentions that if they're on like Netflix or whatever, if I can see them online, I will. The first one would obviously be Nightmare Before Christmas, but that's kind of similar to Harry Potter. I don't really need to watch it around Halloween time. It can be kind of just like a winter time movie between now and the holiday season. Next, Carrie, either the original or the remake. I love them both. I don't know why I don't own either, and I thought I did. I thought I owned the newer one, but I guess I must have loaned it out to somebody, or I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I really thought I owned it, but I don't. If I can find that to watch somewhere online, I definitely will. I am in love with the story of Carrie. I think it's such an amazing story. Stephen King, again, rarely gets it wrong. Finally, Sleepy Hollow. I thought I owned that movie too, but I don't know, I guess not. That's with Johnny Depp, the Headless Horseman. We love it. I was actually in the Sleepy Hollow play when I was in like middle school. Our local theater production put on Sleepy Hollow, and I was a witch in the play, and that's when I like fell in love with that story. And I think that the movie is awesome. I just don't own it. Why the fuck not? But yeah, that's what I've got for my must-watch spooky season movies. Yeah, I definitely prefer movies that don't like elevate my heart rate. I have definitely a theme of like movies that are comfortable to me, that I can watch without feeling like disgusted or absolutely horrified. I just like feel good, comfy movies. But let me know what your must-watch spooky season movies are. I'm really curious. If you have kind of the same preferences I do with like spooky movies, let me know what your favorites are specifically and if I missed any, because I really want to like expand my collection and expand my favorite spooky movies. So yeah, let me know if you think that you know of a movie that I would love. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I post twice a week here, but during October, I post twice as much. So subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing all kinds of Halloween content, makeup looks, and then some deep dives as well. So yeah, all of my social media will be linked down below. If you want to be friends, let's be friends. And as always, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.